is dangerous and intellectually dishonest that mainstream broadcasters like these LBC presenters are equating Jew hatred to our right to protest a genocide, are weaponizing the murder of 2 British Jews to silence dissent, and are centering the feelings of Jewish people in the pain and suffering of Palestinians. I'm going to make time for you guys today. Let's go.
Very clear to me that elements of, and remember, I'm saying the word elements of, not everybody who was on the marches, I'm saying elements of those marches. Elements of those marches in plain sight were calling for violence against Jews in this country. When you shout repeatedly, globalize the intifada, you are asking for violence, physical violence against Jews.
White people like to dish out violence, but they don't want their violence returned back to sender. Let's be clear. Intifada means uprising. It means rebellion. And the Palestinian people have the right to rebel against the oppressive apartheid terrorist state of Zionist Israel. Period. The global rebellion is what happens with the global protests around the world almost every week. That is part of the Intifada. Protesting. And if you don't like our words and say our words to be violent, then how do you describe the actual violence inflicted by Zionist Israeli Jews on Palestinians for the last 76 years? You have no freaking problem with that. The rebellion of Palestinians is like the rebellion of the enslaved Africans against their white slave masters. It's like the rebellion of the African freedom fighters against their white colonial masters. According to you, Sheila, black people should have just stayed oppressed because any form of rebellion would have been a call to violence against white people. Go to hell.
Almost year in, year
Zionist
out,
lie.
thousands of people have taken to the streets of cities such as London, Manchester, Sheffield and others, and in some instances, not all, chanted slogans about killing Jewish people.
They're chanting,
This is what Nick means.
free Palestine. They're saying, really, destroy Israel, destroy the Jews.
Lie.
It's the modern equivalent of Heil Hitler. That's what it
Bullshit.
says. When they say from the river to the sea, the sea is a few kilometers here, and the river is a few kilometers there. It means the end of Israel. That's
If the existence of the state of Israel is predicated on the non-existence of Palestinians, Israel can go to hell. Because the state of Israel and Zionist Israelis are literally killing and ethnically cleansing Palestinians from the river to the freaking sea. So yes, we will call for the freedom of Palestinians.
For some people, it has become, I'm afraid, a bit of a sign of their own social conscience to lump all Jews together as genocidal or racist.
No, that's a lie. British Zionist Jews have spent the last 2 years conflating themselves with the state of Israel, conflating every condemnation of the state of Israel as anti-Semitic to Jews. Return back to sender with that lie.
Where has that led? It has led to children being walked to school in this country by security. It has led to the police being stationed outside events where Jewish people are present, synagogues being placed under armed guard. And if I were Jewish, would I really, hand on heart, think this was a safe place for me?
Okay, Tom, now do British Palestinians, British Arabs and British Muslims, can they put their hand on heart and go, oh, Britain is a safe place for us? No, because we all know that anti-Muslim hate and Islamophobia is astronomically worse in this country than anti-Semitism. Where is the police security around British mosques? An imam was stabbed last week. Where is the armed escort for British Palestinian children and British Muslims and British Arab children? Nada. But all you want to talk about is the fears and feelings of British Jews and not the fears and feelings of British Palestinians who can't even speak of their pain of losing generations of their family because they will end up being conflicted with Hamas. Look, anti-Zionist Jews are at all these protests and none of them are afraid.